When I was a kid, I'd come home from school and always wonder, like everybody else I'm sure, what has mum made for dinner? And I would find she'd made this massive pot of mloukiya, and her pot would have probably been a little bit bigger than this. Enough mloukiya to probably feed all the neighbours. And as a teenager, I would be like, why mum? Why would you do this to us? We can't eat mloukiya for a whole week straight. Hi, I'm Lena from the Lebanese Plate, and I'm back again with recipes for Ramadan to share with you a really special recipe. This recipe that I'm going to show you how to make is what we call mloukiya. So once your stock is ready and your chicken is cooked, I shred the chicken and set it aside. You then need 2 bunches of fresh coriander with the leaves picked. I use a whole bulb of garlic, peeled. You need 2 brown onions, sliced, a tablespoon of ground coriander seeds, and you need, now this is 100 grams of dried mloukiya. It is essential to wash it really, really well. I give this a good rinse about 5 to 6, maybe more times. So here's how you make it. You need 2 sliced onions. So heat up some oil in a large pot. The sliced onion goes straight in, and that's sauteed for a few minutes until it becomes soft and translucent. So you can prepare this earlier before you saute your onions, but you need your coriander and your garlic cloves finely chopped. You can, of course, chop it by hand, but I just find it so much easier to use a food processor because it gets it to the fine consistency that I like it to be. You just want it to be the consistency where you would normally finely chop it. So once your onion is soft and translucent, you add the coriander and garlic mix straight in, and then I usually saute that for a few minutes, just until it becomes fragrant. You then add your mloukiya, your washed mloukiya, straight into the pot. And this needs to be sauteed off for a good 10 to 15 minutes to soften it. And the last step is the stock that I made earlier when I poached the chicken. You add straight into the pot. I let this sit, bring it to the boil, then let it simmer for about 60 minutes. And just before the end of that 60 minutes, I'll then add my shredded chicken. So now we're going to prepare the Lebanese rice. So Lebanese rice is a rice that is cooked with vermicelli noodles. Heat up some oil in your pot. Now vermicelli noodles, you will recognize you buy like this, so it's dried in this circular shape, but I just use my hands to crush it. The vermicelli noodles, you are just going to stir it around and fry it until it starts to change color. You then add your rice, 2 cups of rice that has been washed. So if I'm using 2 cups of rice, I use 2 cups of water, but because I'm using basmati, I'm only using 3 cups of rice. Once it comes to the boil, I turn it down to the lowest temperature. I then put the lid on. I cook it for exactly 11 minutes. I then allow the steam to finish cooking off the rice. So I set the timer for another 15 minutes, and trust me, you get perfect rice every single time. It's that simple. So an hour has now passed and the mloukiya is ready, and the rice is also ready too. With the Lebanese rice, if only you could smell this smell. If any kind of food could give you a real big warm hug, this would be it. That's that type of food. This is one of the dishes that I always go back to. It is a must to have a really big squeeze of lemon, a little bit more chili flakes if you like chili, and this is just a quick pickle of red onion diced in white vinegar over the top. So with your mloukiya, please do join us in our virtual iftar for recipes for Ramadan, and see you next time.